Hello friends, Sketchy is here, and I am kind of missing a good show. The Mandolorian, and one of my favorite characters was Baby Yoda, the little guy with the 3 fingers. Let's draw them together, just step by step. We'll have a lot of fun. The first thing we want to do is draw an oval. Oh, I forgot to tell you I'm using a blue pencil. I'm using a black pencil for all the details, and I happen to have an eraser here. See that? It's just an eraser I can use in case I make a mistake. And of course I have a soda pop to help me keep refreshed. So awesome. Now let's begin. First thing we're going to do is do an oval. A little bit above the top of the page. Like this. It's tilted a little bit to the left, and I'm going to divide it in half. And I'm going to do a slight arc for his face line right in the middle. Then about 1.5 heads high, so I'll measure that. The head, so 1 here and a half. I'm gonna put an arch down here, and this is gonna be his body, just tapered, and it's a little bit longer this way. So this is not directly over this. See how the bottom is moved over this way a little bit? Okay, so we got the head and we have the body. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add his ears. So right above his center line, I'm going to go out like this. Out like this. They're pretty long. And about where his chin is, we'll do a pointed ears. See that? Next step is I'm going to draw his arms. This one is reaching out. So it's kind of like the bottom of a pop can. That might be a little too far. So let's bring him back just a little bit. Like that. That was way too far. Okay. So not quite as far as his ear. And the other side, it's going to be coming down. And this ellipse is going to be a little bit smaller and a little bit flatter. Next, we're going to draw his collar. And it's going to come above his chin, about right here. See the bottom of his head, and this is his chin. It's going to cover up because he's kind of like this. So I'm going to bring this over to his ear. Come down. And right about here, almost a straight down line. And this other side, see it curves? It's going to start right here. And it's going to curve right to its shoulder. Okay, so that is his collar on his tunic. And we got his arms. I'm going to kind of darken this in just a little bit better so you can see it. Next step is the front of his tunic. I'm going to kind of give it a little bit of a curve. These are a seam on his tunic. Maybe that's where his buttons are or his zipper is or something like that. Now, I'm going to add his eyes. So about, they're big eyes. I'm going to make this one a little bit longer than this one, a little bit wider. And it's basically on the center line, a flat U shape. His eyes are closed. So those are his eyelids. And then I'm going to draw his nose really close to his eyes. Right here, it's a U. I'm going to make it almost a circle. Darker on the bottom. And then I'm going to have little nostrils on the side. Just little ones. And then down here about halfway between his nose and his tunic is his mouth. And I'm going to make a little bit of a smile. But it's really not a smile. It's his lip. Like that. Kind of like a flat M or a seagull flying. And then a shadow on his lower lip. Now I'm going to draw his eyes up high and over. See how it's higher here and it tapers down? Same thing with this side. Up high over. And this eye is supposed to be a little bit bigger than this one because it's closer to us. Now I'm gonna draw some expression. He's concentrating really hard. So his eyebrow's gonna come like this. This one here is, I'm gonna make this one a little bit like he's concerned. There we go, so he's concentrating really hard. You got some, on the side of his mouth he does this. Okay, and then he's got lower lids. And right here in the center, about this high, kind of about halfway, there's a little M, like this. It's some type of forehead bump he has. And then of course he has another bump out here. Oh, and its ears, about here, they come up off his face, and they curve, and they come out to its end. Out to the middle of its face, curve, and then come out. Like that. Alrighty? Add a little bit of shape to those ears. Come up a little bit. Excellent. Excellent. Now let's draw his hands. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the fingers. So right here, I'm going to draw this curvy shape. Come outside of the sleeve, and then curve back around. See that? Really close to the inside of the sleeve here. Outside the sleeve comes back around. Right here, I'm going to draw, this is thumb. Draw fingernail, fingernail, and the thumb pad. Over here, a little bit of an S curve. And then the fingernail. Then the palm of his hand comes right down to the sleeve. Okay, so now we've got this. He's got the two fingers, he's got... Over here, we got the edge of the sleeve here. And we got finger coming out, curve, and then it comes back in, almost touches. There's a little bit of a fingernail here. Or claw or whatever. On the other side is his thumb. So come out, almost the same. And then come back. And then he's got his fingernail here. He's got another finger right behind it, tucked behind that one, and it creates a little palm. Finger, thumb, other finger, and this is his palm. Let's darken up the sleeve. Awesome, so he's reaching out and he's concentrating really, really hard. And let's add a shoulder, a little bump, shoulder bump. And this right here, let's give this a little bit of thickness by starting in the middle here and kind of coming up, over, so now it feels like there's a little bit of thickness there. I'm going to flatten this out just a little bit. And this is going to be a rounded corner here. Rounded corner. Around that corner too. Awesome. And there's going to be some hair here. So I'll just kind of like indicate a little bit of hair on his ears and stuff. But let's lock it in now with a black pencil. Got it right here. So let's get started. And we're going to ignore the construction lines that go through the center of his head. They don't exist. This line is going to be really dark. And I push hard here and I lighten up there. Soft. too uniform, so I'm gonna kind of loosen it up a little bit. Some hair on his ears and his head. Let's draw the bottom of that ear. Shadowed in here a little bit, so let's shadow that in. And there we have our Baby Yoda. I hope you had fun drawing with me and you're able to follow those steps. Be sure to practice a lot and subscribe to my channel so you can see all these fun stuff that we're doing all the time. In the meantime, just keep on being sketchy. See you later.